304s. Nope. There is no such thing as traditional women anymore. Wrong. Women simply aren't worth it. What does that even mean? I am so tired of all of this negativity. Are you going to insist that masculinity is about growth, suffering, and overcoming difficult things, and then just not date because it's hard? Are some of you really so pessimistic and self-hating that you will just resign yourself to never feeling love and affection? Are you really going to sit here and insist that you have all of the answers to dating, and then just refuse to pass those answers on to a woman who is ready and willing to please you?
What? What?
Not date because it's hard? Are some of you really so pessimistic and self-hating that you will just resign yourself to never feeling love and affection? Are you really going to sit here and insist that you have all of the answers to dating, and then just refuse to pass those answers on to a woman who is ready and willing to please you? Tell me, what battle are you even fighting? You insist there's a problem, but you aren't trying to actually solve it? What is the point of all of this other than to just kick and scream? There are a lot of great women out there looking for men with your values. Women out there looking for men with your values. Go meet them, be strong in your convictions, and enjoy the life that you can create with them. Because the negativity has got to stop.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Half of Gen Z men no longer actively even trying to date. They're not even trying. And so the question is, well, why is that happening for women? Women, first off, are dating older. They want more economically and emotionally viable men, and that usually means older men. In addition, when young women are lonely, they have much better social networks. They have much stronger friend networks, whereas guys become kind of lone wolves and kind of literally sequester from everyone and everything.
Men are exiting the dating scene by the thousands. Why? Because they're tired of angry women who are trying to make them pay for mistakes they didn't make. Men are saying they prefer their peace over a piece. Think I'm overreacting? Go read the comments.
Women are the architects of compassion, strength, and grace. In every role they play, they support each other. Women are pure and have never done anything wrong in their life. There is never a need for them to apologize because they are always correct. Women can never cause pain because they are great and are providers of care and compassion. Let's celebrate the wonderful women who bring light, empathy, and boundless greatness to our lives every day. Men, the figures of malevolence, who all personify the very essence of darkness. The enigmatic antagonist, a creation of the underworld whose actions are driven by a malevolent force, and a twisted psyche that revels in chaos and destruction. Hearts devoid of empathy, and a mind entangled in the web of sinister intent, serving as a stark reminder of the potential for darkness within the human psyche. Its actions, shrouded in the cloak of sexism, challenge the very core of our understanding of morality.
As we can see here, the old adage is forever true. Actions speak louder than words. Unfortunately, in today's Western society, words are the only thing women provide. Men are waking up all over the world and smelling the coffee that they made themselves, and they're all the better for it. As progressive governments give more power to feminazis and the soy boy shoulders they stand on, it's no wonder to any learned male why our civilization is falling apart at the seams. Matriarchal societies have created the most impoverished states in the world. And why? Because women don't naturally work together cohesively. If you look at a group of guys, any beef is settled quickly through sparring and rational conversation. Within minutes, most disagreements fade away, as men have been the natural leaders for thousands of years. Introduce the same issues to a group of women, and watch how they use words to damage relationships beyond recovery. Any psychologist worth their salt will tell you that females aren't satisfied with quick resolutions. They'll strip you of everything you hold dear by destroying your reputation by any means necessary. The craziest part about this phenomenon is that it doesn't even stop at men. If they get the chance, a feminist will backstab their closest friend for something as shallow as a roll in the hay.
What's something that you never told her?
I your ex-boyfriend.
Are you serious?
What the like? This was supposed to be like a fun little interview.
No,
like,
this is for real.
But why you do that on an interview though?
No, I don't want to do this anymore. Are you serious?
These girls do not have any brain or loyalty.
Let's add a lack of self-respect and morality to the charges, brother. In the West, if a woman finds a way to have her cake and eat it too, there is no depth out of reach. Have a nice car? She'll take it in the divorce. Is your dog your best friend? Better say goodbye to your little buddy, because she'll find a lawyer who will make sure you never see him again. The modern woman doesn't just want to make sure you feel pain, she wants to make sure you never recover. The worst part is that she'll likely have a chorus of spiteful women behind her, cheering each decision on as she gives you a life sentence for simply being yourself. Men, all we want is consistency and stability. We crave an environment full of reliable people and activities to take the load off after a hard day at work. A beer with the fellas and a good show can sustain a man's spirit for days. You won't see any self-sufficient guy walking around to make sure his partner is miserable. If you choose to get married in this day and age, you're basically accepting a 2-year time bomb that will leave you buried for a decade or more. As the true nature of these women continues to reach the surface, men are discovering that they don't need to get married to be happy. In fact, it's much more likely that you'll achieve true happiness by surrounding yourself with other single soldiers who will root for you every step of the way. Just take this as another example.
How the fuck is it that men can have their wages garnished, lose their license, and even go to jail for not paying child support, and yet there is zero accountability from the women to show proof that that money is actually being spent on the children?
That is an excellent question.
An excellent question indeed. While the full force of the law is dropped on men, very little is done to condemn the abhorrent behavior women exhibit on a daily basis. Even worse, odds are she probably will get rewarded. When Western women are caught sleeping with another man, they often still tax the man with crippling debt. One of the most disturbing parts about this is that they almost never exhibit any signs of guilt. They'll justify cheating with fictional neglect, steal your money claiming spoils must be shared, and sometimes even throw hands in an effort to pass on baggage they never chose to share. The rationalization hamster keeps on running as they regale their feminist cult with tales of triumph, all while you're back to square one, paying for your loyalty as your ex takes another dive into the meat market. Take Cardi B for example. At the height of the Me Too movement, she proudly admitted to drugging and violating men, only to steal their money at the end of the night. Then, as if none of this ever happened, she continues to make posts complaining about men acting aggressively at the club. Meanwhile, normal everyday guys are having their careers completely obliterated for something as small as posting a tweet about game. That, or they're being accused of something as ludicrous as ignoring non-verbal signals, something that a feminist says when they get self-conscious about banging a random guy. This is not to say that grape doesn't happen. There are some real monsters out there, but by handing the keys over to the woke mob, women have been able to turn an innocent hookup into a criminal offense. Men are constantly getting caught in the crosshairs for following their primal urges. Now they're finally sick of it.
9 out of 10 people know the term misogyny, and maybe 1 out of 10 people know the term misandry. That says all you need to know about our society right now. We're super focused on hating men, and we're not looking at all into any of the problems that women are creating.
I think that it's like that because men don't research things, and men are generally stupider than women are.
Okay, let's look at the research for supposed patriarchy, guys. Men's life expectancy is now 73.2 years, compared with women's 79.1. This 5.9-year gap is the widest between the two genders since 1996. There are 260,000 men compared to 106,000 women. Thus, men are the majority of individuals experiencing homelessness at 70%. Males perish from self-harm 3 to 5 times more often than women.
My choice! 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 My choice!
Yeah, Western men are really thriving under the new order. What makes these statistics even more devastating is that these 3 factors are often influenced by the feminazi coup. When men are asked why they suffer from depression, it often stems from loss of work and troubles with their home life. And who is responsible for taking care of the home? Well, in the Western world, nobody. Men are responsible for handling everything. The image of a loyal woman proudly serving her man feels like an artifact lost to the sands of time. Then you take one look overseas, and you see men still walking through the door to a warm meal. One might even think to themselves, is this even real? If you're a soy boy drunk on simp sauce, you might even think the woman cooking in the kitchen is there against her will. After inspecting the other side of the fence, you take a look at your own life, and the best scenario is a partner breathing down your neck until she can pocket the next paycheck. Is it a shock to anyone why this has become the norm? For those smart enough to click on this video, probably not. If you've gotten this far, it's because you too have diagnosed the disease that has plagued our half of the world. Day in and day out, men constantly strive to better themselves in every possible way. It's just how we're wired. We like to build things we can be proud of, hoping to eventually share these successes with someone clear-headed enough to understand the efforts you made to get there. We're simple in that way. Add a little acknowledgement, loyalty, and support into the mix, and we're bound to be the ideal companion. Decide to dig up non-existent problems and blame us for infidelity, and you'll find us halfway across the world starting a life with someone stable. Today, we know the better path. There's a reason why they call a dog a man's best friend. Part of that is because we know most Western women have a hard time grasping the concept of friendship at all. There was a quote I read just the other day. Be careful who you let on your ship, because some people will sink the whole ship just because they can't be the captain. I think this sums it up nicely. For the most part, you can define the entire feminist movement as one big tantrum. Instead of letting the chaos take its course, a lot of jellyfish gave the toddlers candy. Now that they realize they can achieve everything they want in life by throwing a childish fit, that's become the primary strategy to take over the system from within. As men start to wise up en masse, however, we're realizing that we can just walk away. No more handouts, no more one-way promises. Let the crazy 40-year-olds with pussy hats dig their own ditches. It'll come as no surprise to any rational person that this will end poorly for them. After a few decades in Simp City, they'll no doubt come crawling back for the same systems that made our communities thrive. Men, until this happens, go out and have fun with your friends. Embrace your masculinity and encourage a culture that encourages men to be men. Historically, that is what made us prosper anyway. Let the snake eat its own tail, while you learn a new skill and make more money. Get a gym membership instead of growing that gut with a neglectful partner. You deserve to feel better about yourself. The best part? It is 1,000 times easier than butting heads with the blind mob. Just listen to this horror story about a guy trying to preserve his hopeless relationship. We were on a double date with my best friend and one of her best friends who we set up together when my ex had a mental breakdown in public at the arcade we were at. She was threatening to beat me, break up with me, threatens to call the police on me for being an abuser, and told me I'm a worthless piece of shit who's never done anything for her. You want to know what set her off? She saw an autistic kid win a bunch of tickets on a claw game, and she wasn't winning anything, even though I kept saying stop playing claw games, they are rigged. Eventually in her struggles, our friends come help me get her out of there, but not before she had gotten 911 dialed and hung up. We get all of us into our friend's car, and as we're driving back to my house, I get her back to take her to the effing hospital. We see a cruiser fly by the other way. Yikes. This poor schmuck had become an empty shell trying to make it work, even going as far as to hide with his friends until things cooled down. Our brother had become so lost in the sauce that he didn't have an identity. The gravity of this Western girlfriend's selfishness was so powerful that he saw no light at the end of the tunnel. Now listen to an entry he writes when he finally embraces MGTOW. My life feels so much happier now even as each minute passes. I'm no longer being constantly controlled and manipulated into doing what someone else wants. I'm just free to live, and it seems I'm actually enjoying life now, which seems impossible with the level of depression I had during the relationship. I guess the entire experience was for learning the following. Keep a close eye on red flags, conquer your self-esteem issues, you can be happy alone.
You're breaking up with me?
Shocking, I know.
That doesn't make any sense. You'll never get another woman like me, Charlie.
That's kind of the point.
I'll tell everyone it was my decision, that I decided to break it off.
Yeah, of course. Who would doubt it?
That I got bored with you and needed someone more stimulating.
And my job was a dead end. Oh, and I was miserable all the time.
Yes, that's good.
Do you need any more reasons? Because I've got heaps of them.
No. Good luck, Charlie. You're going to need it.
Okay, bye.
It's not rocket science, men. If you have a friend like this, pull his head out of the fog while he still has the chance. These women have been primed to only respect themselves, and even then they fail miserably. Don't allow someone else's suffering to become yours. Let's be honest here. For most men choosing to date, this is the default option. Western society continues to try and gaslight males into thinking masculinity is a crime, pushing the narrative that chivalry is dead, all the while ignoring those responsible for killing it. You have the power to take fate into your own hands and become the philosopher king you were always meant to be. Leave those who broke the mechanism to pick up the pieces themselves. Your deserved destiny is well within reach. You just have to stand up and take it. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.